Okay, now let us talk about this proof, this evidence, right? And it is coming from our credible source, the Wall Street Journal, date the 2nd of January 1998. MIT Quaker Oats settle lawsuit involving radioactive experiment. Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Quaker Oats Co. have agreed to pay a $1.85 million settlement to children fed radioactive cereal in the 1940s and 1950s as part of a scientific experiment to determine how the product's nutrients are absorbed into the body. Now, pay attention to the fact this involved another higher level, higher education institution, right? Let's continue. The settlement, reported in Wednesday's Boston Globe, stemmed from a class action suit pending in U.S. District Court in Boston involving children at the Fernald State School in Waltham, Mass., a boarding institution for the mentally retarded. Now again, they look for the weakest. Let us continue. There's no evidence that the children were harmed by low-level radioactive isotopes used in the test, but the plaintiff alleged that the experiments performed by MIT researchers and funded with a grant from Quaker Oats violated the children's civil rights because the experiments were performed without their consent or that of their parents. Right? The lawsuit filed in 1995 said that consent forms for the experiment failed to state that radioactive isotopes would be used in the study. Further, it says that the children in the experiments were told they were members of the science club at the school and given prerequisites such as free tickets to a baseball game. You can take minors, experiment on them with the radiation and lie to their parents, says Alexander Buck, an attorney at the Boston firm of Dangle, Dolan and Find, which represent 20 of the 24 known plaintiffs. It's not something you do. It's not something you would do to kids in an upscale boarding school. What's more, it was done for a commercial purpose, he said. Now you can go and look up these articles, use critical thinking and connect the dots. Now the internet is being sanitized. You will have a hard time finding articles about radiation experiments, right? But understand that they did happen. Understand that they use the most vulnerable in our society, and pay attention to the fact that we are on the verge of a nuclear war in today's time. Right? Now people, you need to connect the dots and you need to ask questions. And understand that these universities, these people in suit and ties or in lab coats, understand they're not your friend. They don't have your best interests. We can learn a lot from our past. Right? Our past is there for us to learn from. This is absolutely sad, and it goes to show you why poverty is important, so that they can use you. Right? Now we need to seek the face of the Most High while we can. Let us pray and say glory be to the Most High.